Hello, this is Down Outland. We make a silly stream of D&Ds, although tonight, not D&Ds. Tonight we're using a hack of the Quiet Year. The Quiet Year being a kind of a world building, kind of an RPG, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard for me to explain what it is. I'm trying to find out who made it. It's a very simple rule set. It was made by Google. Avery Alder. Avery Alder, who also published. Oh, it was published in 2013 by Buried Without Ceremony, which sounds like a metal band.
That does sound like a metal band.
So we're gonna use this. We're gonna go through cards. We're going to use a deck of cards divided into their suits. I'll flip them over. The PCs all have, I don't know if they've had it on, but I have mine on. So if we need to, I can share mine. This handy dandy tables. It does sound like it, yeah. Which will cover the year itself. Shaggy. So once a card is flipped, they will have option 1 or option 2. They'll choose one. Each player gets a turn. So we'll start with Charity, Snicked, Montgomery, Twig, Amulet. We'll go in that order. Every single time it's your turn, you have an action. You get to choose one, and that is discover something new, a new situation, issue, complication, whatever it may be. You choose a topic. Or you could hold the discussion, which is you choose a topic. Everyone gets to weigh in once. You, as a person choosing the topic, you go first and you go last. So everyone else gets to say one thing in between that. Or you can start a project. And a project is something where you say, I want to do this, and I think it's going to take me this many turns to do it. There will be things as we go along that will say, hey, you need to start a project for this. So you would start a project for that. If while we're going, someone makes a decision, starts a project, does something that you are like unhappy with, you say, I would like to take a contempt. It doesn't do anything more than just lets everybody know, I don't like that. We will be constantly updating resources. So we start out where everybody names a resource, and it can be as abstract as you want it to be. It could be something as abstract as public backing to reliable intel to food. And one of those you'll have will as declared will be in abundance. It means you have lots of it, and the rest are now scarcities, meaning you were constantly needing to get more of it. And that's kind of what your projects generally revolve around, is like, how do I get more of this thing that we don't have anything? Think of yourselves as much as characters, but also as your for lack of a better term, your rebel alliance. So you guys are kind of also basically that inner council at the top of that alliance saying, hey, we need to do this thing. Any questions?
I'm sure we'll have a million as we go.
As they go, that's perfect.
Normally you say questions, concerns, or death threats, and I'd like to lodge a death threat, just so you know.
That's it's called the
like, I would like a contempt against you. Yeah.
This is a contempt against this because this is my worst nightmare processes.
So we were talking about earlier, where do we want our, so we have 2 jokers we're gonna slip in the deck, not a part of the game. I just thought it'd be fun. The horse head joker is somebody dies, because I think of The Godfather waking up with a horse head in your bed.
I was literally gonna say, like, are you putting it in our bed sheets when we're not looking?
And then the Maverick one is a good thing, Jumbo Maverick, which sounds like an NXT name.
That is an NXT name.
Jumbo Maverick, yeah, I was gonna say.
That's absolutely.
Either
like,
that or
100%.
Either that or it will be the name of the next D&D.
That has been on one or several NXT names, no doubt.
They were holding on to that one had Okada turned up in NXT. That would have 100% been his name.
Totally.
That's fair.
Totally.
So where did we decide we wanted it?
Spring
is clubs, diamonds is summer. Spades is fall, and hearts are winter.
What is the point of the seasons? Is it literally just the seasons of the year?
Yeah.
Well, you see, Cassandra, the world requires.
No, and it's also a way. It's also a way to divide it up into segments, segmentize it, and also a way to go more or less gamify it, so you can do the option 1, option 2.
I feel like we should put it in the last one.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because, you're talking to a bunch of Minnesotans here where we didn't have winter, and now that it's spring, we're getting bashed with snow. So, I mean, seasons don't mean much for us.
No.
I'd like it to be in spring. Cool. It goes in the winter section. No.
It's second winter.
Second winter.
So where are our preferences?
I say put it at the end.
Which one?
I like a happy summer and a doomy winter.
There
That's
you
what I
go.
liked.
Yeah.
Okay, they're both been slipped into their decks.
I was like, for drama wise, put the death at the end.
Warriors trying to end us on like the Empire Strikes Back note,
Yeah.
so that we start the next season like on a strong.
I'm
into it from a storytelling perspective. That's a good approach. I'm into it. I support that.
All right, so you're both now. That's fair. Do you want me to share my screen so you can see your choices?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
I have
I
but
also
I don't think that's helpful for other people.
I also have mine. I mean, I have it.
I have such a problem. Cassandra's like, how do the seasons work? And my brain immediately, I've been playing so much goddamn Stardew Valley. My brain immediately was like, well, you see, pufferfish can only be caught in the summer.
Yeah. This is the best time to go to the hidden little lake and catch fish. And these are when these certain slimes are there. So you have a
Did
better
you know
chance-
that you can only get certain slimes in the springtime?
If you wanted
No
pole
one
beans,
will
that's it
dance with
until
you
next
in
year.
year one.
Ben, what's the death one you played? That was the death version of Stardew Valley.
Oh, Graveyard Keeper. It's
Graveyard
fucking
Keeper.
great.
As I walk through the Stardew Valley of Death.
Yeah.
No, you're the Graveyard Keeper in Purgatory.
Oh yeah.
And you basically you can do a lot of horrible things, like you can cut up bodies and sell them for meat to get more money. Like
Don't do that.
there's like 7 characters in the game that are literally the 7 deadly sins.
All I know is when we are done tonight, we are logging back on tonight, and if we do not get to the luau, I'm gonna be real pissed. I have been hanging on to Mayor Lewis's stupid fucking shorts for like a year. I am putting that.
What's your favorite festival? Starting players.
I like the fall festival with the maize.
Fall festival's legit.
Cute. It's cute. Also because like it just shows you how unapologetically stupid everyone is.
Yeah.
Because Alex just stands in a corner staring at the bushes when there's like 8 different ways he could go, and he just stands in the corner going like, "But football."
My favorite is when the ships come in and you have like the carnival on the ships in the bay.
The night market.
The night market. The night market's cool.
Great. But I also love the fall festival because I like to win by giving the best presentation of my goods.
Also, fuck Pierre.
Yeah. You won't hear me say otherwise. All right. As we go, ask questions if you have them. Remember, you have one action, and then we, as well as flipping one card. So we'll start with going around, and we need to call out what does everybody want as a resource. Everybody gives a resource, and I will put those in the private chat, and then you all will decide which is the abundance and the rest are scarcities.
Oh.
Are we going in order, or are we just yelling stuff out?
Just yell something out.
Intel.
Intel.
Magic supplies.
There's 2.
Intel was going to be mine.
It's a good one. But it can be things like allies. It can be transportation. It can be hideouts. I mean, it can be
hideouts.
Snacks. Looks like we're in it for the long
haul. God damn it, you beat me to it. What do we got there, fellas? Snacks. Looks like we're in here for the long haul.
Snacks.
Will is, while it is an extremely abstract one, it's also just like, okay, we were not going to give up no matter what.
For some reason, I was going to say like motivation or something along that line.
Motivation works perfect.
I don't know if that's the word I want to use, though, is the problem.
If you think of something better, we'll change it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've got one for me. Subterfuge.
Whoa.
Ooh, gonna make me spell that, huh?
Hey, Google.
Don't you start that shit.
That's so
Boogie.
Subterfuge. Which of these three are you having trouble with?
At least two of the three. Shan, what do you got for us?
Resources?
Yep. Just not name one.
Something that it would be something that like Charity would be like obsessed with, right?
It can be anything that you think will help your side win the war.
Technology.
Okay. Technology, perfect.
Ben, can I change mine from motivation to drive?
Yes.
Drive feels like a better word.
It's about drive. It's about power.
Okay. Whoa. We had intel, magic supplies, subterfuge,
it's about
drive,
family.
oh God. In technology, what is the one you have in abundance? What's the one out of those five you all look at as a group and say, we won't run out of this?
Snacks.
Can you say them one more time again?
Intel, magic supplies, subterfuge, drive, and technology.
I'm voting for either Intel or magic supplies.
I would
feel like technology knowing this group.
I feel like we do have a lot of technology.
We do have a lot of technology.
Okay.
Like if there's something that like our group is bringing uniquely to this like tableau, like this battlefield, like tech for sure.
Okay. So that is all now in the in our private chat, so you can see them.
And you don't have to worry about snacks. I got the handkerchief of Hebe. We got endless pastries.
That's
Warrior,
true. I forgot
Warrior,
about
that's
that.
exactly how it's spelled out.
You just might have to make a con check eventually.
Spelled like it sounds.
Exactly.
Goes back to the beginning.
All right, so we're in phase one. The first, basically what I'm saying is the spring of the year is very little open conflict. This is kind of where you guys have now arrived on Stormsong with your allies. You are starting kind of like to try to figure out what all has now happened, because none of you have been there in 3 years. So you're trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to do this?
Or ever? Some of us haven't been there ever, right?
Some of you, some of you I don't think I've been there ever. Okay, Charity, you're going
Richard?
first.
I'll hit you in private chat, Jen. Go ahead.
Okay.
Charity, I'm going to flip over a card and you're going to make a pick. Are you ready?
Sure.
The first card is the 7-0 clubs. Your options are travel papers have been put into effect by the regime to monitor movement to and from the lowlands. What are they looking for and what have they found? Your other option is a disaster occurs that is extremely suspicious. What happened? What caused it? What was it caused by an organization and to what end? Also, this would be great if someone took notes.
That's a good question, Richard. Sorry. I'll respond to him in a moment. We'll go with the first.
Okay, so
travel papers have been put into effect by the regime to monitor movements to and from the lowlands. What they would be looking for, I would assume they're trying to keep lowlanders in the lowlands. There's a definite classes. I would imagine that they're keeping classism in
Very
play.
much so.
Yeah. So the lowlands are notorious for agriculture. Think of like blue collar workers. In the past, people could come and go freely. I would imagine that they are keeping as all of the magic is kind of kept in the highlands, because those are like the floating countries. They're probably trying to keep important individuals safe. And
they want to see your chain code.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like a papers please situation.
Yeah.
So they want to keep people. They're probably trying to be very mindful about who comes and goes.
Have they found anything after implementing this?
More than likely, because they've probably found. I imagine people in the lowlands are probably pissed off because they're a very hardy bunch.
All right. So what do you want to do for your action? Do you want to discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project?
Hold on. Can I ask who they is?
They is the regime.
The regime. Is that like the government, or is that like what is
yes.
that?
Well, technically it's the government now. That is the government as led by the Rakshasa Ragash and his allies.
Big ugly tiger guy that tried to recruit Charity back in the day. Who is a bad guy. We don't like him. He's icky. He must die. I alone am best.
But he gave you a little power, so I mean.
No, fuck him. He can kiss the fattest part of my ass, which is the whole ass. Okay. Shut up, Warrior. My God. Okay.
It's true though.
It's true. That's totally true. Okay, Ben, what was the next question? I'm sorry.
No, you get to choose an action. Discover something new, hold the discussion, or start a project.
We're going to start a project.
What's the project?
The project is we are going to... No, I take that back. We're going to hold a discussion because I know that the main way of moving goods from the lowlands to the highlands are airships. Those airships are run on gnomish technology, and they're the only ones that know how to repair, fix, and move those ships because they run on gem technology that was developed completely by those gnomes. Like, they are the tinker race. They are the only ones that know how they work. I want to find a way to get in touch with them and start a discussion, and Charity speaks Gnomish for that reason.
So discussions would take place in your group. It's kind of like how you battle play, but that's perfect. You can say, hey, first priority is we need to contact the gnomes, and we need to find a way to they can help us. They can help us get up there. So this was where everyone kind of throws their 2 cents in. You get a little moment to say what and how you think that should be done. And then at the end of that, the person who started the discussion says, this is what we're doing.
Yep. Yeah. Because we can get up to the main continent. We can get to Aria. And once we're on Aria, I know a million different ways to get where we got to go. But we can't get up there without the gnomes' help.
Okay. So, Snick, what say you?
Snick defers. There's a reason why.
Okay. Amulet.
Oh, I thought. Wait. So, are you drawing a card, or now we're all? Choosing...
Now this is a discussion. So, this is part of a turn.
So weigh in on
the gnomes. Oh, on the gnomes. Okay. I don't think. Hold on, I'm having a brain fart moment with my character. Because I've never been to Amulet has never been to Stormsong.
Correct.
So she can't.
So you also
help with the gnomes.
You got to think about it too from the perspective of.
But I also speak Gnomish.
And you have to think about it as well from the perspective of the entirety of the group, including the NPCs you brought along. So if you have an NPC with you who's been, let's say, in war multiple times, they might say, that's great, but we should probably do this.
And there's no way Charity would not have explained
the situation
to everyone at some point. Like when we finally got to some point where we were all able to finally take a load off, she would have explained this is what happened when I was back home. This is what happened with Magnar. This is what happened with
This
my
is where
world.
Victor is. This is where
Yeah.
Felix went. This is like a big deal. The whole thing is, you got to think, last session happened, and then there's a 3-year break, and then after 3 years, you basically all get together and you go to Nigella and you say, we're doing this without you, and Nigella says, well, you're going to do it with my blessing, and we're going to send, we're not going to go there, you're not going to go alone. So that's why you all got to choose 3 NPCs to go with you.
And the way that she probably would have explained this to all of you is that she literally feels the weight and the future of the multiverse. Like, this is a fulcrum point. Charity truly believes that whatever is going to happen moving forward with the multiverse is going to start with whatever happens on Stormsong. If we don't write whatever's happening there, the Rakshasa are going to just bulldoze everything. And that includes everyone everyone we all know as a family. Like, there will be nothing left. There will be no family. There will be no sigil. There will be no nothing. We're fucked. Like, we solve this, or everything we have worked for is hosed.
All right. So Amulet, you and your folks, what do you say?
I mean, I don't really know much about the folks, like what their history is, because I chose some really weird people for us to use because we've never used them.
Who did you choose?
Well, I mean, we all know the Azure Avenger.
The Azure Avenger, who's been on Stormsong now. For
yeah, no, I know, which is why I brought him back.
Being a fucking Batman figure.
Yeah, he can't come back and pick us up in his form, but he can come back and talk to us in the Azure.
He basically
form.
Dusty Rhodes Midnight Rider you. So.
Yeah. So he's definitely gonna come back with some knowledge for us. Maybe he can help us figure out where to go talk to the gnomes. Okay. Maybe we can talk to him about what he's heard about the gnomes, where they're at, their status, if there's anything we can do to like win them to our side or to help convince them. I don't know if they're going to be a hard to convince group or.
All right, perfect. Twig.
I think we definitely need gnomes and airships. My crew, I mean, we've got Norhand, Jabril. We know airships. We think that they would be a great boon.
Perfect. Montgomery.
Oh, Monty's all about giving the gnomes a little bit of tech to kind of help their operations, improve their airships, save them costs. Maybe, I mean, Monty, like airships are like what Monty reads about in the history books. So like he's like, we've got, some basic stuff. So I think he's all about like giving them tech to get them on their side.
Perfect. So Charity, last word. You going through with it? It sounds like it's unanimous.
Oh, we're doing it.
Oh, so Snick actually, before Charity's last word, Snick now undefers and completely repeats everything Charity said in exactly Charity's voice.
Perfect. All right, that's into that turn. So let's go to Snick. Snick, you ready for your card?
Sure.
King of Clubs. Oh, you don't get a choice on yours. The council.
Welcome to Down in Outlands.
The council. Well, some of them don't have choices. I will say that. The council is dissolved, so the in-place ruling council, basically the Senate, is ceding all power to the Archmage. The Magocracy becomes the divine rule of the Archmage. How do you all react to that?
Oh, that's bad.
Snicked is indifferent.
Okay. Amulet.
I'm still thinking. My brain doesn't work that fast. Hold on. You could come back to me or give me a moment.
Okay, Twig.
And I'm muted. Is the Archmage Leona at this point, or is it... Oh.
It's
well,
sort of Leona.
Sort of Leona.
Could be in on. You're not sure.
But either way, that's good for us.
Well, Not if it's
That's what I'm saying. It's not like
It's not. Because Ragash has control of all that.
So even if it's
including
Leona, it's not good
currently.
for us? Okay.
So one thing I will get across, I can't remember if anyone else remembers this, but Ragash is using basically the D&D version of the Black Mercy to keep Leona just able to keep the block stone grid operational, so magic still functions.
But I don't know what's the Black Mercy?
It's a plant that when it gets on you, you go to your happiest of places, so you're just there. The Black Mercy is from the Superman story for the man who has everything.
It's that's the thing it's from. Okay, I thought it had some other name.
Nope.
Because aren't they starfishes?
That's Starro.
That's Starro.
The Black Mercy is kind of Starro-esque. It's a plant.
Okay.
I know you've seen that.
I know. I'm trying to pull names out though. It's a struggle.
Kryptonian, for your birthday, I grant you the mercy of death.
Okay.
The Grimace Tome.
Well,
the secret of the Grimace Tome would be the Shamrock Shake.
We're all dead.
No.
So that's what you know, Twig. It's like, this is not a good thing.
Well, shit. Unless we can help Leona, then that's good.
Well, the goal is to help Leona regardless. That's a given.
Monty.
Seems bad. Yeah, Monty's not into it. He comes from a,
Land Down Under.
Race. He comes from a group of folks who know war, and that's never a good sign. It's never a good sign. It's usually a sign that everything's about to fall apart. So Monty's
Amulet.
not about it.
I don't like it. I'm sure Felix has something to say about it too.
Perfect. Snicked, what's your action this turn? Discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project?
Discover something new.
What do you discover?
I think that we are discovering. So this is like, when you mean by discover something new, like an event, is it?
Yep, it's all you. You decide what you discover. I mean, within reason. You can't go, I discovered how to end the war. It's over now. Bye. Fuck up.
Damn it, that was going to be mine.
Oh.
So we discover, okay, so if I remember correctly, the Arakocra of Stormsong, were they with the regime or are they with the Rakshasa?
The Rakshasa is the regime.
Okay.
The Rakshasa is the regime. They would probably have fallen in line with the regime because the Arakocra are they're the cops. I mean, they're kind of our ACAB moment. So
we discover that the Arakocra are not exactly in line with the Archmage taking over. And there has been behind the scenes talking amongst the Arakocra of possible coup d'etat.
Oh, perfect. All right. All right, this would put us to Amulet. Are you ready for your card?
Yes.
Fifth of clubs, five of clubs. You just got to fifth of clubs. Your decision. The regime has been actively recruiting youth. How is this being received and what is the end goal? Or the PCs and allies begin to try and rally the public to their cause. What tactic do you use? Is it effective? And you have to start a project related to that.
That's perfect because that was actually that I want to do the second one because I was going to start a project anyways.
Perfect. Look at that. Making dreams come true.
Charity's like, that's my BFF.
What is your project?
That's my girl.
Amulet's gonna start a project. She's gonna start a fight club to train everyone up for the battle.
So she's training people.
Yes.
How many turns do you think it is going to take you to get this up and running?
How long is a turn?
A turn is each one of your things.
But like in
So like you're having a turn right now, and once you decide this,
that's like a week, right?
Your turn's over. Yeah,
that's to say, like how many weeks? I think. I mean, it's not going to take long to put it together, but how long it takes to train people, that could be a secondary side of that. Because I think she can get it set up in a week, but I think it's going to take like 3 to 4 weeks to have everyone trained.
Okay.
Or at least trained better to what they have been for hand-to-hand combat and stuff.
3 weeks sound fair?
Yeah.
Anyone have an objection to any of this?
Objection to the fight club or the timeline?
Either one.
It's not really a fight club, but like it's training club. It's training club.
No, shut up. It's Fight Club.
Fight club.
Awesome.
That's how we keep it secret.
Except we're doing a lot of talking about it.
It's battle group.
Battle group.
For the BGs.
Anybody?
Math Club.
Nah, I'm good.
Why is Spike objecting?
Spike,
better be kidding.
stop it.
Gotta have
Spike,
a battle
stop
group.
it. Yeah, this is why we can't have nice things, man.
Yeah, fall in line.
Yes.
All right.
So yes.
It's going to take 4 weeks.
Okay.
So you need to keep track of that.
Okay.
So when it is next, 1, 2, 3, 4, on it'll finish at the beginning of your next turn.
That's cool.
Unless there's something that slows it down.
That's a problem.
I mean, if you're working with lowlanders, 3 weeks tops. They're good.
Well, you got to think about this project is built more around the idea of like, what are the logistics? How are you getting people to work? All right. Twig, you ready for your card?
So does she get to do a thing, or that just makes her do a thing? Okay.
It's discussion, discover, or project.
I didn't know if it defaulted or if she just got to do that plus one more.
Nope.
No, it says start a project related.
Oh, you do need to say like, how are you just trying to like train people? That's the tactic you're trying to do to rally the people.
I think we should have low key meetings about why people need to be trained, and then yes, convince. Then
is this working?
Are you asking me or everyone?
Yeah, no, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Well, just, like my thought is even if we're training people who aren't necessarily like going to be in the battle, there's a chance something comes up where they can kind of strategically block people, or they can they can maybe do small little subterfuge things trying to help us out.
Or they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and so on.
And so on.
All right, Twig, are you ready for your card?
Yeah, that's it.
Ace of clubs.
All right.
A new leader arises. Who are they and who do they support? Or 2 young local leaders publicly attack one another. What provoked this falling out?
I would like 2 young local leaders on the regime side to have a falling out.
Okay, who are they?
I got a name.
God, I hope someone's keeping notes for this.
I'm trying to keep up.
Okay.
Yeah, you can keep up, and then I'll keep up, and we can put them together.
Sandra's awesome. You guys are both awesome.
On the regime side, I'm also taking notes on this. We will call them. Oh, this is the worst part. I hate names.
You can pop up a name generator.
Yep, that's where I was going.
Ask Jack. Chat, Spikes.
Yeah, you could also just
Mitch
you could also
here.
mine chat.
I can mime chat. We're gonna call one of them Spike and the other one Shaggy.
Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Young
Spike and
local
Shaggy
leader.
are on the regime side. They had a falling out because they couldn't decide who was better.
In what
Or who,
respect?
or who
recruitment, or-
Leona liked more. I mean, we know it's not really Leona, but you know what I mean.
Perfect. No, we're not using Jimbo Maverick. That's mine. I claim that.
I mean, Jumbo Maverick's going to show up at some point, right?
God damn it! I hope not.
They might die. I guess we'll find out.
Motherfucker, do not kill Jumbo Maverick. That is my name. I'm keeping that.
I'm not going to do it.
I don't even remember where it came from now.
I'm not killing anyone. I don't know.
All right, Nate. Discover, discussion, or project.
Let's start a project.
What's your project?
We are going to make an underground pathway so people can get around the travel paper issue.
Okay, so one of the things that might make that difficult is the highlands are literally floating islands.
Well, damn it. Well, then it can just be teleportation things. I'm sure there's a tech for that, right?
Now you're talking.
If not, you guys have an abundance of technology.
Yep.
Yes, we do.
So is that about making or like just making spots for it?
It would be about creating it. So this is probably
we're
going to
making it
take some. This is going to take some time.
So is that 6 weeks? Is that the max?
No, it can be as long as you need it to be.
Oh, I thought it's 6.
Is it 6 weeks? I don't remember it being having a limit.
I mean, the nice thing is we're in with the gnomes, so
Yeah.
it's not like we don't have access to
Yep, you're right.
the gems,
6.
which is good because we would need those.
I would say 6 weeks for that.
Yeah, that seems fair.
That's doable.
And they're not like weeks exactly. It just means like 6 periods of time. It's not supposed to be hard and fast on that. Okay. Montgomery.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Are you ready?
I was born ready.
6-0 Club. An immensely popular figure emerges amongst the youth. Who are they? What do they stand for? And what is their end goal? Or a new form of art spontaneously erupts from the tensions. What is it and what does it inspire?
Banksy.
This one's very easy for Monty. An immensely popular figure emerges amongst the youth. Who are they? Why? It's HP Optimus and the Optimus Commandos. They stand for freedom, truth, justice.
All that stuff.
All that stuff. All the good stuff. Democratic rule.
For a minute, I thought you were describing the plot to Moulin Rouge.
Monty's too young to see that movie.
Is it a little old man with gloves who's asking for your money again?
Is this something that you all implant?
So like I think what Monty would want it to be is like a very easily obtained, like inexpensive, like comic book type vibe, and like
pass out them zines.
Yeah, like it's like free or whatever, like that he can, maybe like schools can have it if there's still schools, that kind of thing. It's kind of just really easy to find. Kids can pick it up. I think I think like relating, I would want to start a project to make just some like cheap, like also, you know, again, very affordable, or, you know, like you get them free at restaurants or whatever, like little action figures, like toys, like little toys. So like kids are just like, it's everywhere. Like kids just see this all the time.
So how long is it going to take you to get that up and running as well as distributed?
I think it would be like 2 weeks, because Monty has like effectively like the finished products, and he has that reduplicating Lego system from Mount Olympus. So I think like those can be made really quickly and really easily, and I think it's just a matter of like getting like distribution, you know, set up. But that can even be as simple as like dropping them off places. But I think you can try to get something a little bit more organized.
So how long are you thinking on your project?
I think like 2 weeks. I think he can do it. I think he can
get. Anyone have
get it in the ecosystem?
Everyone feel good about that time frame?
Especially with Snicked and I both having connections to Evergreen Academy, which is like
totally
the predominant school where like the Archmage came from. Like, yeah, like that's where Charity actually is that's her alma mater. We can totally make that happen. I love this.
All right. Let's bring us back to the top. Charity.
Okay.
I'm also gonna let you guys. You don't have to draw your card first. You can say, "I want to do this. I want to do my action first." It's up to you. So.
Oh, and like the villain is obviously like a big space cat, you know.
Yeah, big giant evil space cat. Can we build? I want to work on a project and make a huge carrier to put him in. I want to build the world's largest
table that he feels compelled to knock off.
Like instead of at 180 degrees, the hands are at like 90 degrees.
Can I make a project to invent the world's largest feel away diffuser that just calms him the fuck down? No, I'm fine. I do. No, card.
2 of clubs. A local monument was destroyed by the government. Why? Or the government has erected a monument glorifying themselves. How has the populace reacted?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say option 2. The government has erected a monument glorifying themselves. I'm gonna say that they did this on the continent of Aria, which is known for being home to all things arts. It's like the cultural center of Stormsong, which was the bad choice. I'm going to say it was not received well, mostly because they thought that they were, I'm going to say the regime probably thought that they were showing support. Like, we're going to erect a monument here because look at all the funding that we could be providing for you people. Look at the great things that we could do for you. Except they made one glaring problem. One of the buildings that they tore down to erect that monument, the worst, or probably the worst kept secret in all of Stormsong is that the Thieves Guild is also on Aria in plain sight, right in the middle of all of those things, because that's where they have always been, and it's always just kind of been that way. Tradition is very important there. So it was not received very well because the Thieves Guild has dealings with all of the people that are involved in the artisans commissions. They were also deeply involved with several people that were on the Archmage's commissions and on the council. and they have dealings with people in the lowlands. So they've literally now gotten rid of their places of business, ruined all of their ties, and caused a lot of issues. So people are pretty pissed off. And I like to think that there's been some uprisings in the streets, and word of that is carrying, which is something that doesn't happen in the Highlands.
I would also suggest in this, and you guys can disagree with me, that I think Ragash would make this a monument of Leona.
Mm-hmm. But the people,
because that's the way that dude thinks.
Yeah, I think so too. But the people of that particular they would not take that well.
Perfect. Yeah. I also think that's kind of what he wants.
Yep.
So one also thing to remember, this isn't like what we're doing isn't about like winning. It's about like telling the best story.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. What's your action this round, Shan?
My action this round, presuming we've been able to get, are we still working on transport? Yeah, we're still working on transport.
Yep, everyone should be tracking their.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold a discussion.
Okay.
Because one of the NPCs that I've brought with is Mr. Jiggly.
Oh shit.
So he shows us his butt.
But Mr. Jiggly,
you're welcome.
Yes, Mr. Jiggly is an expert.
I'm a professor, not a Mr.
Professor. Yes, Professor Jiggly, if I remember correctly, because Charity went back and took a look, is a professor of multiversal communications as well as bipedal bias.
Yep.
Charity is going to start a conversation with Professor Jiggly because she realizes she has bipedal bias and she wants to know how to better engage with creatures around her, as well as how to improve her multiversal communications, because she recognizes where her neurodiversity creates problems, and she wants to learn how to better mask when it comes to engaging in those conversations, because she's brilliant, but she recognizes where she needs to do better and where she wants to do better. So she wants to ask him for his assistance, and so she's going to hold a discussion with him.
So discussion would be something you would go around the table with. It wouldn't necessarily be like a RP between you two.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where everyone would kind of have one thing, and then you'd make a decision at the end of it whether or not that's how you want to proceed.
Okay.
So the way you might want to frame this is like basically having him teach, for lack of a better term.
Sure. Yeah. Like we need to keep our education going.
Yeah. Not just you all and the NPCs that you brought with, but like almost like holding like community classes, like underground community classes.
Strengthening us for things to come. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's kind of her plan. Like that was her thought. So
okay, perfect.
Okay, great.
Snicked, where do you stand on this?
You're muted, Richard.
I hate the mute button.
The worst.
Snicked is outwardly indifferent about the plan, but inwardly, we don't need no education.
Okay. Would you think he would take contempt over this?
No.
Okay.
No.
Amulet, where do you stand?
Sorry, for writing notes. Trying to keep up.
That's Ragash's game, is thought control.
Right. Amulet understands the need for the teaching, but she's probably not going to do a lot of attending herself. She's not going to push a lot of support for it because she thinks like the battle's coming. Everyone needs to be physically ready, but she's never going to stop anyone from going.
Okay.
She understands it, but she's also like, I'm busy.
That works.
Yeah.
Twig.
After 3 years of school, Twig likes learning.
Oh, I think it's gonna
This
be
is
like
great.
Twig is fed up with this shit.
Nope.
All right, Twig's down. Monty.
Yeah, Monty's into it. He's literally like, yeah, do they need to learn science? Because like I can totally science them up. So
Perfect.
Hell yeah, bruh, pound it.
Charity, final say.
It's happening because I am
Perfect.
not going to get stuck in another goddamn place without the ability to talk to people again. That shit's done.
Perfect. All right. Richard, are you ready for your card? Or you want to do your action first?
Card me.
4-0 clubs is people loyal to the regime have been publicly campaigning for the populace to join them for the, and I quote, greatest good. How do you counter this propaganda? Or a song is gaining popularity inspired by the tensions. Which side does it support, and what is its name?
People loyal to the regime have been publicly campaigning for the populace to join them.
That's what you're going with?
Yes.
Perfect.
This is countered by the project that I want to do, actually.
Excellent.
And the project begins with the Kenku population of the world, spreading the rumor that it is the regime who is keeping flight from them.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's awesome. How long do you think it's going to take you to spread that word?
Not long, because once one Kenku hears it, it's going to mimic it and pass it around. 2 weeks.
To get something worldwide?
Yes. You got to remember also, as a member of the Thieves Guild, it just takes telling one person in the Thieves Guild, and then it goes out to all the chapters.
Okay.
So it will spread like COVID.
Gross.
All right. Amulet, action or card? Your project should be done.
Okay, project's done. Give me the card. Maybe it'll inspire the idea.
Jack of clubs. An animal populace begins to migrate far from civilization. What is the animal and what effect does it have on society? Or a new face of dissidence arises in the populace. However, they have ties to the regime. Who are they and can they be trusted? Oh, God damn it, Mitch. That's good.
Bird facts.
That's what I'm thinking, Warrior. I'm not sure, though.
I think it's hackers. Like that restaurant, Hackers.
Or that movie.
What do I know about the animals and Stormsong? Because I haven't been there. Like, what kind of?
I'll throw a quick update in private chat real quick.
Okay.
I would assume it's a free roaming animal that's used for some type of food or other byproduct.
I just was trying to think of, like, being that Stormsong has like a lower level, upper level, you can't really get to it without ships. Like, does that mean that there are certain things that are present in one spot and not in another?
Yep.
Or
Yes.
It would change the supply chain drastically.
Yep, it really would. There are lowlands and there are highlands. So there are 4 lowlands, 3 highlands. The lowlands are like your blue collar style, so like agriculture, mining, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
The highlands are, your artisans, your museums, your culture, your governmental, etc. there's no real like mythical creatures. So the concept of like Ragash existing there right now is terrifying to people because things like
also he doesn't
dragons
show
and-
himself though either because he can look like a person.
Yeah. But like the
And he has
concept
a
of, like,
non who can look like
Yeah.
anyone.
right.
anything.
But like dragons, minotaurs, etc., stuff like that, they don't exist there. Like they've never been seen. There's
Just the nightmares.
Yep. In dreams, like people have seen some of them in dreams, but that all has to do with lore. The closest they come is there are Aarakocra, there are Kinku. They've seen like Genasi are there very rarely. There are Asimar, but there are very few of them. They are all relegated to one small cluster of like maybe about 2,000 of them left in the world. And they all live in one community. Yeah. There used to be a lot more of them. Most of them were lost in a very large war. Weather, like pretty much everything in the world is all controlled by what's called the gem grid, the stone grid. So like if you look up in the sky, there's like thousands of like twinkling little gems, like gemstones, like rubies, emeralds, that kind of thing, that are all controlled by magic. That's what the Archmage's job is. She controls all of that. So like whoever the Archmage is controls all of that with magic. So the weather patterns, migratory patterns of everything, it's all controlled by magic. Without magic, the world would literally fall into complete chaos.
Oh my god, this could go wrong real bad. Real
Yes,
fast.
it could go tits up real fast and real bad.
And Ragash doesn't really give a shit about ruling.
Nope.
He just wants to ruin it. That's kind of his goal. I'm just going to fuck this up. Why? Because I can.
Mm-hmm. There is supposedly one major source of power in the world. All magic comes from a place called the Wellspring. That is the homelands of the Asimar. There are many ages to the planet at this point. Lots of pantheons of gods have come and gone. Lots of deities, the whole 9 yards. But people, for the most part, it has been just peaceful existence for a very long time now. People just live in comfort because like there's no natural disasters. There's no nothing because it's just they live in peace. It's been a very peaceful. Even things like thievery, etc. It's all done like in a very controlled way.
Okay. I think I might go with the animal an animal populace begins to migrate far from civilization.
Okay.
I don't know what it would be. I would think it would be something that would be part of like hunter-gatherer society, like a food item, like I'm assuming there's no such. Is there such thing as like a D&D deer?
Yeah. Maybe could just be deer.
There's just deer.
They're just deer. Yeah. So I feel like they've sensed what's going on and they've started migrating out further away from people, which is going to create a food shortage in the lowlands. To which I think I will start a project around.
Oh, look at you projecting everywhere.
Well, she finished one. May as well start a new one.
Start
Oh,
another
yeah.
one.
Which is kind of your MO.
Well, yeah, no. Well, no. Here's the problem. We've talked about this.
Oh, you would have finished the project first.
I wouldn't have really finished the project. I would have gotten like 90%, and then a new project would have come up, and I would have been like,
warrior.
fancy new project.
Perfect. Also, Nate, I want to see it. Like, you don't get to say that shit and then not.
Huh?
Probably Nate dabbing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Dab,
Oh.
Nate, dab. Dab, Nate, dab.
Little dab?
I can't do it because it actually hurts my shoulders.
Oh, well, really don't do that.
Oh, Bucket Richard!
Yeah! Okay, so I think the project I'm gonna do, I'm trying to bring shit in, Ben. So one of my people I brought with is, I'm gonna say his name wrong, Aragord. Reinhand.
Yep. Aragorn
Right.
Reinhard.
He's got a flying broom.
He does have a flying broom.
So he's going to start trying to communicate with civil, like groups, towns, whatever you want to call it, further out to where the deer are migrating, about starting supply chains. And
damn. Okay. Yeah.
He's going to help.
He actually has a sentient flying broom.
That just means he can ride it, though, right?
Yeah, it just means his broom is also a sentient being.
They're going to work together on this.
There you
it's
go.
A group project.
Tag team.
Back again.
Check it to wreck it. Let's be in. Party on. Party
go.
people. Let me hear some noise.
DC's in the house. Jump, rejoice.
What is even happening?
Hey, there's a party over here.
How long are you saying it's going to take him to follow these different migration paths and try to set these up? I would think this is a longer process.
This does feel longer. I was thinking 4 weeks.
4 turns is fine.
What's 4 weeks enough to follow the migration and start communicating and making connections with those towns, or do you think that's more of a 6 week?
I think that's actually more of a 6 week. If he's tracking, I would say 4 weeks. If it's actually like,
I mean, he's got to kind of do both. He's got to find where they're at and then communicate with the towns about, like, okay, you're gonna hunt, and then it's gonna come in, and it's gonna keep traveling down the line so we can bring food in.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
6 weeks it is.
Okay.
So at the what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the end of Nate's next turn. So the beginning of Warrior's next turn, it'll be done. All right, Nate.
Yeah, let's see that card.
Card or action?
Card.
Queen of Clubs.
Queen of Clubs.
A new law has been proposed. What is it, and how would it benefit the PCs? Or you discover a local group of dissidents is planning a public strike against the regime, but it will cause some civilian deaths and damages. Do you allow this to occur?
Does the law have to benefit us?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's discover that local group of dissidents. It is going to be the Thieves Guild, since, some shit was thrown down on them when their building got ruined. I think that we don't allow it to occur the way they want to do it, but let's start a project before my other one's done. Let's start a project to work with them to figure out how to do it so no civilians are hurt.
Okay, so you're going to delay. You're asking them to delay.
Yeah.
Their strike. Okay. Do they do it?
I think with our help, they're okay with doing it.
Okay.
Because I feel like they wouldn't necessarily want to hurt the people in their community, but maybe they felt rushed to do something since they were.
I think it's also, will it hurt the regime?
Mm-hmm.
Hurt them, and if there's some things are known as acceptable loss, whether you agree with them or not. So. How many weeks then is it going to take you to negotiate this and plan for this more organized assisted strike?
I feel like the planning wouldn't take too long because we have to tweak what they were doing already, but convincing them might take a little while. Let's go with 4 weeks.
That works. Okay. What is your action this term?
Oh, the project was going to be the action.
Project, yes, okay. Warrior, action or card?
Card. Also, my project's done. So.
Perfect.
Should I say that when it's done, or should I just wait for my turn? I wasn't sure.
No, you should say it's like it's done. So it would be done.
It's done.
3 club. A child of renowned celebrity has taken an intense interest in one of the PCs. Does this cause the NPC familial strife? And is this level of interest reciprocated? Or a group begins to encourage and exploit the civil strife? Who are they and what do they want?
Okay. I'm interested in the child of the renowned celebrity.
Okay.
What I feel like the vibe is that that like Monty is trying to do his best to stay out of picture since nothing like him exists on this planet.
Yeah.
But I feel like he isn't the best at that, and I feel like
what Monty not being the best.
What I know,
staying out of the public eye.
I know. Pass with trace, more like. And so I feel like I feel like he gains this sort of like cryptid status. Like there are rumors,
hell yeah,
that there is this like, some people think it's a monster, some people think it's like a alien, some people think it, like there's all these theories about it. But this child is the child of like a celebrity reporter. So like it doesn't I think it doesn't exactly cause familial strife. Maybe there may be like light, kids are like, no, be nice, he's my friend. But I think what it more
you literally
is
become Snuffleupagus.
Yeah. So I think like the kid unintentionally sets off this chain of events where like the group is kind of getting this like unwanted, because we're operating in the shadows, so we're getting this sort of like unwanted attention because this like sort of reporter, ghost hunter, whatever vibe is like, seeking out
mountain monster, maybe.
What? It's like seeking them out. So I think it causes.
Does Monty have the same interest in the kids?
I think that Monty is the kind of person who always wants to be friends, but I feel like
that feels way true.
So I think it's reciprocated, but I think that he is trying his best to and actually I think that flows into his actions. So I think what he does is he really wants to be this kid's friend, but he knows that that's dangerous. So I think he brings it up for discussion. Like, hey, like, I'm Sasquatch now. What do we do?
Okay, so so you're doing a discussion as your action. What do you think you should do? That's the first.
So I think Monty thinks that he should. Monty thinks that it's very alien to Monty to be involved in like be operating within a like society that is sort of both not worldly or otherworldly, as it may be, and also maybe has like a bit of, whether intentional or otherwise, like xenophobia. So it's really, he's like, no, I should just be like, I exist. But he's, but he's struggling because he's like, but that might endanger us because then they'd know we're here. So I think he's like, I think he wants to just be like, yeah, get for real, deal with it. But like, he is also like, he understands in his 12-year-old brain, he understands that like that could be a problem. Like it could lead to bigger problems. Perfect. So I think he's like, what should I do?
All right, Charity, your thoughts.
Yeah, I support him. He's been supportive of me. I got his back.
Nick.
Same.
Amulet.
Yep.
Twig.
I feel like we shouldn't reveal ourselves. That seems like a bad idea.
Is this worthy of some contempt?
I don't know if he'd take it that far.
Do it.
Well, let me ask a clarifying question. So is Monty saying I'm not going to hide, I don't need to, or is
No, so I think the vibe is not like, hi, my name is Montgomery Burnside. I'm here to stop the autocrat. Like, I don't think he's like, I think he's more like, sure, you know, because he also, I think, understands that, like, if he doesn't, it's going to be hard for him to help because he can't be seen, he can't do anything, you know, like so I think what he is like, sure, I'll be this kid's friend, which is great. And like, I'll sit down with their like reporter parents and, you know, it'll be sort of like almost tabloidy, like Hippo Boy is real, you know, kind of vibe.
You know, like, I want to spill with money on it. And just
you know, and he'll just like explain that, like, you know, and, you know, he'll just be like, yeah, I'm real. I exist. And, you know, there's lots of other people on me in other worlds. So like, I mean, like, it'll be pretty simplistic, pretty straightforward. Nothing in the interview about like what they're there for, you know.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
You also can't control that, though.
Yeah.
He can't control that.
All right, Nate, you've said enough. You've said your piece now.
Right.
Can I change mine?
Yes.
I feel like Monty should avoid public spaces for a while.
Okay. All right, Monty, you have the final decision, but you have two that are saying go for it, and two that are saying like, hey, we are starting a war here.
Man, I don't know. I think
this is why it's a good discussion.
It is. It's a good discussion. It is. There's good points all around. I think that for now, Monty will hang back. Like, he'll just sort of ghost this kid. And like, sure, I won't go out, but he's like, I think he's kind of, as much as Monty can be, I think he's kind of snotty about it for a couple of weeks. Like, he's like, oh yeah, I'd love to help, but someone might see me. You know, he's a little bit like, he's like a tween now. He's
for like 2 weeks, the Incredible Hulk theme song plays in the background everywhere he is.
Yeah, he's fully just like, he's kind of,
and he constantly looks back over his shoulder.
Yeah, so I think he is bummed out, and I think it also like affects the group in that like there will be like the like loss of his services will be felt. You know, that'll have an impact on.
So I'm going to ask a follow-up
Okay.
consequence. How does this influential kid take this being blown off, being ghosted? Do you go from being someone that they're like, fuck yeah, to someone they're like, this person's a monster? Or do you go from being like Mothman to being like
I guess if I really think about it,
of Ahaya.
I guess if I really think about it, Monty wouldn't. I don't think Monty could blow someone off even if he wanted to. I think he would like one last time be like, "Hey, look, I'm really sorry. You're like the coolest, and we're obviously best friends." But
I can see Monty playing this.
I can't.
Okay.
It's too dangerous.
All right. That brings us to the top of the pop.
Hey, Ben.
And the teleporters are now online.
Yes.
Hey, Ben.
Yes.
Just an interesting thought that you might want to consider. That took us an hour and 15 minutes. So if you have 3 more seasons to go through, we might need to take out as many turns as we have if you want to get through all of it in one night.
Okay, so we're going to say from now on with actions, you can choose to take an action. You don't have to. Does that work for everybody?
Sure.
You can do what you want. I'm just saying if you want to.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying. All right, top of the pop.
Cool storytelling dynamic. Like, I love this.
It's gonna take more time than I think
I
we
just
have.
hacked the game. So,
Yeah.
Shan, do you want to take an action this turn?
I have a proposal.
Okay.
To throw something in the works. I have a project that I would like to work on that will probably take the remainder of Charity's time. It's a massive project. And it is going to involve the other NPCs as well as Snikt that Charity is bringing with. Because the other NPCs that Charity was planning on bringing with, and correct me, and if I screwed this up, forgive me. We'll think of someone else. It's totally fine.
No, it's fine.
If possible, she was hoping to bring Creston.
Yep, and you brought Professor Jiggly.
Yep, and Professor Jiggly. And then is Rosine Frostwing still available? Okay. So we have a gnomish druid. And then we have a rogue who's well-versed in stealth and song. We have Snikt, who Charity has a long-standing relationship with. Because Snikt, for those who don't know, works with Charity's personal instructor and mentor. Charity is going to plan on working on a project for the rest of the year. And this project is basically pulling the biggest heist in the history of Stormsong.
Okay.
The previous war in Stormsong that involved the Azamar involved a bunch of Warforged. The bodies of those Warforged are no longer tied to anyone. There is no soul bound to them. They are simply empty husks. Some of them are half husks. Some of them are full suits of armor that are sitting in museums. Think Terracotta Army on display. They're historical monuments. Some of them are on multiple different highlands. Charity wants to work on a project with gnomish magic to create a central control where they can pilot and reanimate those husks without souls and create them into mindless automatons that they can control and use in battle instead of civilians. We need an army. Charity's going to make a goddamn army.
I will say, if Snick, do you want to use all of your actions for the remainder of the year for that? Okay. Yeah. So you guys don't have any actions you can spend. And I would say that we'll decide how well it works when the we'll say when the ace of hearts is played. That work for everybody?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right. Your card, 9 of clubs. New movement has formed. They stand for total inclusion and peace. Are they as they seem? Are there more sinister things afoot? The regime has been fostering public paranoia. How has this affected the populace, and how has this affected the PCs directly?
It would definitely be the second one. Regime has been fostering public paranoia. I think that they're creating divide because, like you said, they're using they're erecting monuments, but they're using the imagery of what has brought peace already. So now people don't know who to trust. They're like, do we trust the archmage that we know? Do we trust the regime because it seems like everything's okay? Do we trust this weird propaganda that we're seeing spreading in our schools? We're hearing rumblings of other things. There's definitely some public paranoia because nobody knows who to trust. Nobody knows what's real anymore. There's stories about deer disappearing. There's stories about fish migrating. That shouldn't be happening, but the archmage is clearly fine. We've seen her in public. What's happening? And I think for even our PCs, that's probably creating some frustration because maybe it's harder to get footing in some places. In the lowlands, it's probably a little bit easier. But in the highlands where the government has and those legislative branches have really firm footing, it's probably really hard. It's hard to get a footing in there. That sounds like Florida, Mitch. How dare you?
Snicked, your card is the 8 of clubs. A technology has been banned. What is it? How's it affected the populace? Or an ancient piece of machinery is discovered. Who has claimed it and what does it do? You're muted.
Hi. A technology has been banned. What is it and how has it affected the populace? Teleportation has been banned.
Oh. So now y'all are using banned technology.
And how it's affecting the populace? We are outlaws by doing what we're doing.
Instantaneous criminalization. I like it.
Come on. Perfect. All right. Cassandra. Final card of this season. 10 of clubs. A member of the regime reaches out to the PCs. Who are they and what do they want? An NPC from the lowlands approaches the PCs. Who are they? What do they want? I know I gave you your favorite type of question.
You gave me things that I can't come up with on the fly. My brain doesn't work that way.
It could be Shaggy or Spike from the regime since they had a falling out.
I think it is going to be. It's going to be Spike. Spike wants to cross over and join our side.
Okay. Do you want to take an action this turn?
No.
Okay. That is the end of the springtime. We are now in the Great Auroch Rebellion. The Lowland Rangers decide to no longer provide Skylanders with their products. So now we actually are going into armed insurrection. Which brings us to Twig. Twig, do you have an action you would like to take?
Let's see that card.
They're going to starve. They're going to literally starve them
Card
out.
is a 9. Diamond. A project fails. Which one and why? Or a public figure is assassinated. Who were they and how does the public react?
We don't have any projects on the. Oh wait, we do. Don't
You do.
Is mine done or does it have a week? I've lost track.
It has until Monty's turn.
And Spike, we do have dental. We have dental. It's fine.
My Thieves Guild plan succeeded.
Okay.
So my project could fail and Monty's could fail. Like those would be options for failing, right?
Or Shan and Richard.
Oh, the big one. Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to do that. I think the project with Aragorn fails because he's trying to do this right when the lowland folks are rebelling or
perfect.
Not passing out their stuff. So that, luckily for me, was easy. And I will pass on another part of my turn.
Okay, perfect. Man, I wish I could get that to just be a little more.
What's wrong?
Just fighting with formatting. All right, Monty.
Yeah.
Action card. Which would like to do?
Give me a card. Meow.
7. Diamonds. The regime's forces crack down and your allies become careless. Someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Who? A public demonstration occurs that garners massive attention. Add a new abundance.
New abundance. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Those are both so good. I think that.
I tried.
I think that like I think things have been going too well. Like we've been so successful so far that I feel like there needs to be something. So I think the forces crack down. We become careless. Someone goes missing under ominous circumstances.
Who is it? It needs to be an NPC. One of the 9 y'all brought with you.
Okay, I think that
12.
Say what?
12, yeah, 12.
We're at 12.
Well, 12. I was like, who's 12? I don't
That's hard. That's hard.
No, it's okay. I was just
I think that it's Eric.
Oh shit. Okay.
I think that Eric I think Eric's like one of the adults in the situation, and he is like, I'm sure Nigella has been like, if anything happens to any of these children, it is your ass. So I think that he has been running.
I'm hoping someone will have an event between their 3 years next Monday that they got married or they're not together anymore. That's like one of my like.
Someone might have plans for Eric. Let's find out. I wouldn't worry about that game. So I think that like what it's more the.
I hope it's an interrupted wedding.
He has gotten careless in that he is like running himself ragged, trying to like keep these like literal children who are also like running a shadow war somehow from like fucking it up entirely. So he's like, hey Monty, don't go outside. Hey, and so I think he like while he's out and about, like he's just been too seen, and he's I think that he would be a target because I think that the regime would know that like that would be that not only will Eric have information, but losing Eric is a big deal. So I think that's why they crack down on him.
Perfect. Eric has disappeared. All right. Top of the pop. Charity, are you since you don't have anything you can do, 10 of diamond. A project finishes early. Which one? Why? If there are no projects underway, a quarrel breaks out between PCs and allies. What is it about? But you guys have projects going.
We do. How about
that also would have been interesting if you didn't.
How about the teleporter finishes early?
That one's done.
It's done.
Oh, it's done. What other projects are in the works that are feasible to finish early?
I honestly don't think you have one.
I don't think there's any other project. Yeah.
Yeah, your project. Now, I will say, because you were doing a special project, how about we just go with the quarrel?
Yeah, that works.
And it also makes sense coming off of last thing. So who out of your NPCs has an issue with one of the PCs?
That's a good question.
Especially when you think about it, out of everyone that you guys brought with, Eric was a king and fought a war.
I am an easy target for an NPC to hate because of who I am.
Snicked kind of like dislikes everybody universally. Like Snicked is just not likable.
I mean, Snicked is an assassin.
Yeah, Snicked is angry murder burb. It's very true. If I remember correctly, looking at the notes, Roisin and Monty don't get along very well.
No, not really.
They have a negative relationship. What about Professor Jiggly?
What did Amulet steal from Professor Jiggly?
Professor Jiggly does not enjoy most people except for Adam.
That's true.
Everyone else is just kind of a nuisance.
I can't steal from him. He's a cat. He doesn't have pockets.
That's what he has Adam for.
Also, cats are really good at hiding their own stashes. Like that's just truth. I don't know.
What makes the most interesting story to you? And remember, this is the last thing that occurs before you guys get back into the game. So it might be something that carries forward.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't even ask you, did Savannah come for this? Or did she stay back in Stormsong?
Savannah, I think, was going with Nate. Was she doing something with Twig?
Well,
Or
I mean,
did
we were
we stay
working on
behind?
the
We were working
the
on
ship,
something.
but that
Yeah.
was all I had planned with her.
Yeah, other than that, I think she was staying behind.
Okay, good. Because I have something that when we do next week, I want to hit upon. All right. So what do you got?
I don't know. I don't know. Like I assume maybe somebody would be really pissed off about the Eric thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I would.
That's what I would go with. That's like probably the biggest
So
situation.
who's the NPC and who's the PC they're pissed at?
I don't know. That's where I'm struggling. Sorry.
No, I mean
Open to thoughts.
I mean, I could throw out that like, I could throw out that like, somewhat like, even though he's not supposed to like go anywhere, it's like it's driving Monty crazy. Like he's just like, I'm here, I want to help. Like this is stupid. I can't make friends. Like I hate it here, and I hate everything. And he's like,
oh yeah, that's also in the background. It's been a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think maybe, someone is like, I've seen you sneaking out. If you weren't sneaking out, like Eric wouldn't be gone. Like it's your fault.
Shit. Damn,
oh yeah.
That's good.
Like a that vibe with whoever. I mean, that's I think like a fair starting place that
that's a good one.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
Do we think that maybe be between, like, I brought Felix and he's been here doing like it wrapped into this the longest. So you would think
besides like
he'd be the most committed to it.
Besides your other like Victor and those guys who have been there. I can't think of the Dryad's name currently. Alona, I think.
Yeah.
Not Alona.
No,
Alora?
No, I have Alona down.
Alona, that's right. Yeah, it is Alona.
Because we talked about it earlier. I was like, how the hell do you pronounce this?
Yeah, that small group that's been here, like the 3 orcs that you guys played during Mystery Box.
Oh yeah.
I feel like any one of those ones would, because they've been here the longest, dealing with this the longest, they'd be the most frayed and the most.
I think I would say Felix if everyone agrees.
Sure.
Yeah.
Since he's trying to be the most responsible now.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. Snicked.
Card B.
Ace of Diamond.
Uh-oh.
A local community leader has been captured and is being publicly punished. Do you step in and interfere, exposing yourself? If so, how? Or an ancient document telling of a previous similar event in history has been discovered. Is this real, or has it been manufactured? If so, to what end? Bye, Mitch.
Let's go with the ancient document.
Yep.
And it is definitely manufactured.
Perfect.
It is propaganda created by the regime, talking about how the people rose up against the previous, against a previous regime in the history, and it led to 100 years of suffering.
Perfect. All right. Amethyst. Or not amethyst. Amulet. God, why do I keep saying amethyst? I did this earlier today, too.
Did you do it more than once?
Yeah, I've done it a couple times today.
I'm sorry, I didn't even notice.
Bye, Mitch.
Throw me a card while I'm still writing notes.
Queen, diamond. A positive portent occurs. What is it? Or a negative portent occurs. What is it?
Important being just something important that happens, right? Not like a
portent
physical...
being like a sign.
A sign.
Something where you can go, oh, the stars were right.
The stars have aligned.
Yep.
You see it, it opens up your eyes.
Well, which Amulet believes in stars because
Amulet does believe in stars.
She has the
big thing on Kryn.
Yeah, she's got the ominous portent thing. So
yes, that's all. I didn't even think about that. That's perfect.
That actually works really well. Okay. I just was actually looking at the note for it, see if I can incorporate it. So for my thing, it would say that it would be determine if an outcome will be good, bad, or unknown.
Well, yeah, that even works even better. A portent occurs. You decide whether it's good or bad. What is it?
I think it should, and I might need help trying to figure out the specifics of what it is.
Okay.
But I think it should be something that tells us that Eric's still okay, and he's kept our secrets. Like he's they haven't broken him yet. Does that make sense?
That's awesome.
I feel like he's kind of like a big important thing with him being gone. That's kind of a problem for us. And
so, do you want me to throw out any ideas, or you guys want? I mean, I'll leave it up to you guys.
I'll take anyone's ideas.
My only thought is, I would ask Shannon: are there constellations in Stormsong?
Because that would be my thing. It's not important to read the stars.
There are. I would say they're probably very difficult to see.
So my thought would be that you see like Eric's symbol is like a lion, and maybe a constellation that has been very hard to see for a very long time, of like the lion all of a sudden shines bright in the sky.
Yeah.
Like enough where people are like, oh shit. And that's the portent portion of it. Does that work for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I like
perfect. Action. Do you want to take an action?
I
will point one thing out. Projects become important.
I know.
If you have them going, it can protect you.
I kind of want to start a project of trying to break Eric out of jail.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a 6-week project.
Because I got some sleight of hand. I got.
No, I think that's a 6-week project.
Stealth. So
you got to find them. You got to put an extraction team together. You got to watch the thing. So you got to it's especially if you only get one shot at it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. 6 weeks for you. Twig.
See
5. Oh, diamond. A new form of art spontaneously erupts from the tensions. What is it? What does it inspire? A celebrity has begun publicly supporting a faction. What are they famous for, and who are they supporting?
Shan, has there been a lot of graffiti in the past?
Not really. Not outside of there's been some like mural style paintings and stuff that have happened, mostly among like the Azamar, but like they don't really exist much. They're very much like their own little colony now. So, but that was literally thousands of years ago. So it would be interesting to see it come back.
All right. Well, Felixy starts.
Felixy.
Yeah.
Felixy.
Yeah, starts painting some graffiti on walls. I don't know if I can use an NPC that's not one that I brought, but
yeah, no, I think that everyone's kind of, this is a collaborative effort. So yeah.
Say otherwise. Ruddy Ink is from Stormsong, I think, too, so they might know their way
Ruddy
around.
is from Stormsong.
They might know the way around, too. Any of those.
They may do it together.
Sure.
I mean, maybe that's how they end up being. Maybe they end up being friends over that. Then then you can use that later on as like maybe that's like a mentor-mentee situation.
You can make sure no one stabs him other than his future girlfriend.
Why did you stab me in the stomach? Do you want to take an action, Nate? So I want to ask you guys too, for the purposes of what we're doing tonight, can I just call you by your names and not your character?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Because I keep, vacillating in between the two, and I'm fucking it up.
Do you want us to switch our names on the thing?
No, it's easier for me to do one or the other.
Well, I just meant, do you want me to? I can put my name instead
No,
of
you're perfect.
Okay.
You're perfect, Amethyst.
Thank you.
Maybe a project related to the giant project that Shan has going on. Are all of the Warforged known? Like, are all the locations known?
Publicly? No.
Would Charity know?
I would say no.
Okay.
No. There's probably something that like even nobody knows about.
Yeah, and you haven't been there in 3 years, so you have no idea what has been moved. You have no idea what else has been found or pillaged during this time period.
Mm-hmm. And so, there's probably some just like laying around in like collapsed mine shafts and like, probably all over the place.
All right,
Twig, damn it, Nate, I think I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's going to be 6 weeks.
That's fine. We're going to find some more Warforged. We need all the Warforged we can get.
Yeah.
Did we get airships from gnomes? Or are the gnomes helping us in their airships?
They're helping you.
Okay. Because I feel like Norhand and Jabril would be good on those airships trying to find some Warforged.
Okay. Ryan.
Yeah.
Card you?
Card me.
6 of diamonds. A headstrong ally decides to move forward with their own strategy. Start a foolish project. The regime has outlawed a popular activity, sport, dance, music, etc. What have they outlawed? Wow. No more dancing.
This is where Kevin Bacon shows up.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon shows up.
This is I think
everybody turn foot loose.
Which they're tearing down the high school where they filmed that, so Kevin Bacon's going to be at their prom.
I saw that. I read that today.
That's cute. That's cute.
Oh my god. No, I'm tossing in butter chuck.
I think that if I think that the regime has outlawed I think that they've outlawed that there is like a lowland sort of like a rodeo vibe, right? Like the aurochs, in addition to being like, meat and farming, there's also like some sort of like rodeo.
Oh vibe. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Auroch.
By the way, Shan, did we come up with the Auroch thing together, or was that like I want to make sure that that's a thing on Stormsong that I didn't just go, this is now a thing.
No, I think that was it. You just made that a thing, but I'm fine with it.
I'm sorry. Because I remember going to our thing we did for our little campaign planner thing and using that. So I think I just was like, well, I'm just going to call it that. So apologies.
No, we can run with that though. I'm fine with it.
All right.
Can someone spell Auroch?
Auroch. Auroch. Ryan, do you want to do an activity?
Yeah.
Ryan, would you like to do an activity?
I would like to do an activity.
So much room for activities.
I think that there is a project that where using some of this abundant technology we have, I think that we're like citing, I think that we're aiding the, now that there's like open conflict, I think that we're like, and you said this is getting into like armed stuff, right?
Just starting to get into like little conflicts, not anything big. Next season is when things kick into armed conflict, and then the last season is like when you're in straight up war.
So I think that Monty will share the technology with the lowlands of the, so he has Monty has his protective palace that he got from, that basically lets him like make a little immediate tiny hut. And so I think what he wants to do is like share that technology, or make sure that technology is shared so that like that can be used sort of like the like in Phantom Menace, where there's like they have the bubbles, that like, and that they're like trying to break through the protective bubbles when they're like the
Gungans,
and like I think like sort of that vibe, like on a much smaller scale, but like it's like shielding technology like that they can utilize to, I think, less than gain an advantage, like reduce the amount of losses significantly. I think that's where the interest lies.
Don't forget, Charity, you also have the Victor's Portable Lab still.
Yes.
All right. Shan, your turn. Card King of Diamonds. You're Eddie Kingston.
Oh, God.
An escalation hostilities has occurred. Discard the top 2 cards off this deck and take 2 actions this week. So you lose 2 cards.
Stop thinking.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Great. Love that for us. Oh, God.
I mean, I feel like it'd be crazy if we went this far without some type of fight breaking out somewhere.
Yeah, some kind of fuckery's gonna happen. It's fine.
Like maybe someone on the team almost got caught. There had to be a little battle, run around through town, try to run away.
You could do 2 discoveries like that.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a mole in your organization, or
oh no, did Spike betray us? See, another street brawl. Spike and us thinking the same thing.
They just
with
can't
dancing.
Stop scrapping.
With dancing.
Dance battle.
Yeah,
that could be a thing. Spike was out.
Right about that. Listen, you could unionize, all right? What the hell?
I mean, I think that's either Spike goes back or Spike runs into Shaggy. They have a fight. We have to get Spike out of there.
Or maybe you come across the fact that
sorry,
shit.
More.
Maybe you run across that somewhere on the continent the regime is already bombing somewhere.
Oh shit.
That they've already said, well, we're just going to eliminate these areas that don't have the best communication lines.
That would suck.
I'm not waiting on that one. This is your world.
So hard.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone has the kind of the chops of this, it would be you to kind of determine what is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Want to fight about it?
You would the big whoop want to fight about it. Well,
I mean, you only got 3 fingers, so.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say that they have destroyed
Oh shit. I looked at one of the cards that got eliminated. Oh
no.
most foul.
Oh
Why
no.
would you do that?
You lost a joker.
I was going to say that's got to be the one you're
good joker.
Oh man.
I hate everything right now. I'm gonna say that let's say that they, in retaliation for the Lowlands holding off and rebelling, they bombed the 3 major cities that are responsible for shipping the goods of meat, fish, and agriculture, like produce. They bombed all 3 in retaliation.
You got one more to do as well. 2 actions.
2 actions.
You can start a project, you can have a discussion, or you can take another discovery.
I want to have a discussion
Okay.
with the group. I want to have a discussion about getting stronger propaganda out to everybody, or at least like carrying a stronger message out to people. Because the regime...
How do you propose to do that?
Through Snikt. Through his guild. Because it's the fastest way. It's the fastest and most effective way, and it's the one card that we have access to that, much as I would love to utilize Montgomery, we can't. Like my initial thought is to use Monty, but we can't give up any of our
All
locations.
I can picture is a Starship Troopers-esque picture of Monty going, "Have you done your part?"
Yeah, literally, I've done my part. I've done my part. I haven't done shit. But like a Snikt can operate in shadows while Monty can be like our PR guy. And I think that that's kind of what I want to propose. But we can't give up our location until we know that we have the Warforged situation resolved.
Okay.
It's too dangerous.
All right.
How Helldivers is so funny. Jesus
Richard, 4 diamond.
Wait, are we not going to have a discussion about the discussion?
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Richard, your thoughts?
You're muted.
Nope,
There you go.
not muted. I unmuted before I started to talk. Thank you.
I heard you next door. So shut up.
No, Snikt is all about that plan.
Okay. Amulet.
I mean, I didn't think we were going to disagree, but I thought we just had to follow through with it anyways.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I'm on board with more propaganda for us.
Twig.
I mean, as long as we keep Monty safe, it works for me.
Montgomery.
I think that he is fine with this idea, but he is I think some of his like Law and Order holdovers, like I don't think he really understands like how that's going to work. Like our only, because it's through like the Thieves Guild. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like, I don't understand how like non-criminals are going to get this information, but sure, yeah, why not?
Well, that'll be your responsibility. You get the news to non-criminals. You are the happy, shiny face. Snikt is the non-happy, shiny face. You don't worry about what Snikt does.
Okay.
We're diversifying.
Snikt may not even tell you what he's doing.
Snikt probably won't tell you what he's doing. And honestly, it's probably better for everybody that Snikt doesn't tell you what Snikt is doing.
Plausible deniability.
Exactly.
Well, he doesn't want to be friends, so I don't want to talk to him.
Well, it's not that he doesn't want to be friends. Honestly, here's the thing about Snikt. If you give him breadcrumbs and you scratch behind his ear holes, he'll be your friend. It's fine.
4 of diamonds, Richard.
I don't have breadcrumbs, but I have pastry crumbs. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Locals have been caught stealing grain. Has rationing has been put into play. I just fucked that up, huh? Rationing has been put in place. How has the populace dealt with this? Start a project related to food production and distribution. Or dissenting food producers have been jailed and some of their land razed in response to their inability to meet new quotas. How has the populace reacted?
Let's go with the second one.
Go.
Stormsong is having its very own Boston Tea Party. Because some of the producers have had their lands raised, they are in the dark of night raising the storehouses of the regime.
Also, I would assume they don't know then that what you guys know, that there's been entire like decimations that have taken place.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know yet. All right. You can't do an action, so we'll go to Amulet. Card.
Just please.
2 of diamonds. The regime begins constructing barracks in the lowlands. How do the locals react, and why did the regime decide to do this? Or a person of renown publicly speaks out against the regime. Who are they, and what were the consequences of those actions? God damn it.
That's a really good question. So I'm leaning towards the barracks thing.
Okay.
And what I want to do, and I haven't figured out the logistics of it in this moment, right this moment, is the people in the lowlands have problems with it, and they use the skills in my boot camp.
Oh shit! So they start like a bigger, more like robust rebellion.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, that's awesome. That works really well. Do you have an action you'd like to take this time?
I'm still working on my other project, so I'm
Okay.
gonna focus only on that.
Nathan,
Which I think has another week or 2 left.
Yes.
Cardew?
Yes.
Jack, diamonds. Another political movement has co-opted your momentum. Who are they and what do they want? Or an NPC ally of the PCs commits a horrendous act in public. What was it, and do the PCs condone it?
I don't like either of those.
You're not supposed to. It's gonna get worse.
I understand.
What? King, I think the phrase is war is heaven. So.
War is a relaxing spa.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Good time. But it's good time.
Pretty great.
Let's walk on the beach.
So who are our other NPC allies?
That we brought with?
Yeah.
Erlin, Eric Krellis, Norhan, Jabril, Chell, the Zur Avenger, Runny Inc., Aerogard, and then Shan has 3 with them.
Professor Jiggly. God damn it, why am I not remembering the other 2?
I know, I forgot to.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. Rosine and Kristen.
There we go.
Who's that last one? I don't recall them.
Rosine Frostwing.
No, not Rosie and the other one.
The Crescent? Is that what you...
Kristen Klein.
Kristen Klein.
The Druid. Oh.
Gnome, Druid. The only other thing I see on the thing was Counselor was Phineas Oldman Vinter.
Yeah.
Random note.
Crescent is kind of a blank slate.
Yeah.
Let's say Crescent used their druid powers to stop someone from hurting one of our allies, but unfortunately murdered the person like right in front of everybody. Like they went a little overboard.
What do you guys do with? So one thing I will say is when I'm thinking about this as a question, I'm thinking this was a purposeful action. Like they're like, I've had enough of this shit type of thing. So did they like see it get away from them and they're like, okay, well fuck it, I've turned it up to 11. Does this druid spell go up to 11? And so how do you guys as the PCs react to that? God damn it. That's so good.
I think that Monty's really upset. I think that is really like that's a bridge too far for Monty. Like at this like you can't do that. Like he has his own perspective and he has his own like budding independence, especially since leaving Cronus, but he's like there's rules and like you broke the rules. Like I can't even leave this place and you went out and murdered somebody. Like I think Monty's like you're out, you have to go.
Okay.
Like,
how does Twig react?
I feel like he'd kind of act the same way. I mean, there's sometimes you have to do things to react, but that definitely seems like too much.
Okay. Amulet?
Well, I mean, we are trying to start a war. We're trying to start a war, and there's going to be casualties. So, not that she agrees, but she doesn't necessarily vote to kick them out, but maybe they should go do something away from everyone else.
Okay. Snicked?
If he dies, he dies.
Perfect.
Now, honestly, Snicked is, in his own way saying basically, this is not going to be the last death. You better start steeling yourself towards this.
Charity.
I need him. He puts a foot out of line. I let Snicked handle it. We live in the world's largest glass house right now. We throw a stone. We are no better than Ragash. He stays. And if that means I have to contend, I will contend.
I think I think Monty would throw a contempt with that. I think he is like this wasn't an accident.
Oh yeah.
So Charity is taking a contempt.
He murdered them on purpose.
Okay. So
that's different.
So in the end, by it being your discussion, you decide, Ryan, what happens.
I think that Charity's perspective wins out. I think that I don't think that Monty's not going to fight that hard over it. He agrees that you don't throw a stone in a glass house. He knows the situation. He agrees that this isn't he's not going to start more fights, but he also believes that that Creston already threw the first one.
Okay. So Creston stays, but we also we have contempt between Charity and Monty. All right, last card of this season goes to Shan. 3 of diamonds. A family of well-to-do individuals speaks out against violence committed Subsequently, their access to magic wanes significantly. Who is responsible, and has it made them change their stance? Or an entire settlement has been wiped out, no survivors, no structures remain. Who is responsible, and why was it done? Do not reduce any project dice this week, meaning no more your projects don't move forward this week.
My project finished after Warrior was done.
Okay.
Mine also finished.
Mine won't progress this week.
Which mine means Eric comes home. Right?
No, it means we'll get to that. It means that you get to make your attempt.
Fine.
Okay, so wait, go back to that.
Sorry, I'm just looking for.
No, you're okay. So if I go to the second one where an entire settlement is wiped out, that means,
which goes from where it was happening in the quiet, no one knew, to this is like publicly, it's wiped off the face of the planet. Did I put? I'm looking for where Ryan's turn was. That I
think we might have skipped him because mine.
Why did we skip you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We did because Creston.
Shit.
Yeah, Creston was the thing.
That was mine. The discussion.
Yeah, Creston was
went from that.
Shan, you could just let Warrior make this decision.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, Warrior, what do you want to do?
Do it.
I think that I think that the settlement gets wiped out. I think that I think Ragash can't deal. I think he's like, no way, man. You're playing. He's like, don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Well, it leads perfectly because this is the end of that season.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're actively in. Guess who wakes up?
Genuine?
The dreamer returns. The former god Delwyn has resurfaced. They want to reclaim their former power. To do so, they have unleashed the plague of restlessness.
Does that mean we all of our legs kick when we sleep?
Yeah, akathisia.
Richard is your favorite.
Everyone's like kind of annoyed and sleepy, but they're like, is this why you fell out of power? Is this what you do? I get it.
Shan, you're first.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does my project not does it fail since it didn't finish in that season? Or can it?
No, it can keep.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay,
all right.
Good.
Shane, your card is wrong deck. Your card is the 9 of spades. A horrible event has occurred. What was it, and how does this magically stain a district or area? Or the body of an important figure turns up. Who is it, and what do you think happened to them? Oh, I gotta remember what turn we're on. 26.
We're going to go with a horrible event has occurred.
Okay.
What was it? And how does this magically stain the district or area? The horrible event that has occurred is an area of the stone grid was blown to shreds. A gaping hole now exists in the stone grid, creating a massive instability, which has sent one of the Skylands, which are usually like a continent, an entire continent, is now leaning and starting to list. Gravity is no longer working appropriately.
Fantastic. Richard, your card, Jack of Spades. You have the inability to sleep has swept across the lowlands. How has this affected the cause? What are you doing to try and relieve this plague? Or one of your strongest allies sacrifices themselves to save the PCs. Who were they? What did they do to save the PCs? Add stealth as a scarcity. So you could add this to the saving of Felix, or I will get to what happens there.
Yeah, I'm going to say the head of the Thieves Guild.
The head of the Thieves Guild bites it?
Bites it.
Oh.
Okay. Scarcity is now... there's... So like everything, we're now out in the open. All right, getting back to the Operation Save the Azure Avenger, I'm going to ask you guys what happens. Did it work? Was he actually even there? Did he die? What happened to Felix?
Sorry, isn't it Eric?
Yeah.
Oh, Eric, I'm sorry. Why did I
Just
think it was
making
Felix?
sure.
What happened to Eric?
I would say that if the head of the Thieves Guild sacrifices himself, then it's going to be a successful rescue, but at a high cost.
All right. That makes complete sense to me. Everyone good with that?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Does Eric come back in one piece?
No.
Broken, but not dead.
Maybe
May I
missing
make,
a limb.
Mike, or may I make another suggestion? They sapped the magic that made him young again. So now he's back to his age.
Dope. Let me do it.
Ooh, that's good.
Daddy Eric.
So he went from like early 20s to back in like his mid 40s.
Ooh.
That's not so old.
No, it's really not.
Right?
I mean, mid 40s though, rode hard, put away wet.
I mean, he's not in his 20s anymore. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you gotta think,
that's
like
fair.
now everything he healed in between there is no longer healed. So he's like all fucked up. All right. Amulet, your card is the 3 of spades. A major antagonist is slain. Who are they and how are they killed? Or the regime sabotages one of your project. The project fails. Which one? How is it sabotaged?
Okay, I'm gonna pull a stupid card. Define antagonist.
That guy.
Bad guy.
It is
Oh.
a bad guy.
We found more Warforged.
Okay.
Yeah, Warforged.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sabotaging us anymore. So we're gonna kill a major antagonist.
Who were they and how were they killed? Why the
Bad guy.
Bad guy.
Bad
Del
guy.
Wine. Del Wine.
You are
Wine.
not killing a god.
I was like, I don't know who Delwine is. I just saw that in the chat and I was like, I don't know who that is.
He's a god.
Um,
A bad guy.
who's working with Ragash?
And on a bunch of you just make up a name too and say this person was important because.
Anon's too high though to kill, right?
And is he helping him by choice?
Oh, well, there's that. I feel like there should be some, I don't know what a ranking would be, like a major general kind of ranking. Someone who was close to sussing us out who died, got killed.
Okay, how
It's
was
not
it
going to
killed?
set them back on.
Did you guys
something
do it or was it? Did like Ragash kill him? Did you guys do it? Was it like the people rose up and killed them?
I think the people rose up and killed him.
Pony?
Get on it.
Start calling Nate Pony Boy.
Stay gold.
Stay golden, Nate.
I have a hard time with Delwyn because I have an uncle who is Delroy. Just makes me think of him. But
okay.
No, I think it's a little bit of a morale boost for us. Is that
they were killed by the people?
They were killed by the people, and they're like kind of showing like they're on our side. They got our back. I don't have a name though.
Alder. We'll just use the guy who made Quiet Year. Avery Alder. We'll just call him General Alder.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Pony Boy. Your card is the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades!
I was just thinking that. I'm so
Hell
happy
yeah. The plague of restlessness decimates the populace.
Oh,
this
Lord.
causes many to become addicted to any sleep they can get. Those who submit fully to become the sleepers. One of the PCs has a vision of a powerful figure holding sway over the sleepers. Hold a discussion about this vision in addition to your regular action for the week. So you don't have to take your regular action, but you have to do this one.
She doesn't look like a normal for me.
Yeah, for real.
Who would have a vision? Which one of our PCs would have a vision of a powerful figure holding sway?
Well, we do. You do have someone who can walk in the dreamlands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Amulet. You're seeing this happen.
I've seen this happen.
I feel like we need to find. We're going to do a discussion. I'm just going to make a. What is it? Make a declaration, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to find this powerful figure and put him out of business.
That's right, baby, out of business.
Okay, wait. So I'm walking in the Dreamlands when I see this.
You're walking through the Dreamlands. You get like kind of a vibe of Stormsong, and then all you see you just see crates, like an infinite amount of crates, and you open them. You start just opening them to see what's in them, and they're just people, normal people asleep. And you see like, Gugs sort of like tending these crates, and they bow themselves prostrate before a figure on a cloud throne who looks down at you and just smiles, this dreamy smile of like contentment.
Have we we as players, have we seen this person before? Not the character.
Charity has. I think probably Schnick has as well.
Okay. Because it sounds similar to first group.
Yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of similarity to like Nyarlathotep.
Okay.
There for sure.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, hell, Delwyn might just be a aspect of Nyarlathotep. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. There's some crossover for sure.
Yeah, it could very well be like that they're just parts of the same giant cosmic being. The many facets. I mean, Nyarlathotep already has like 8 other forms: the Man in Black, the Black Pharaoh, the Crawling Chaos. I mean, they're all Nyarlathotep, except for they're also their own thing.
Did I just suggest that we kill a god inadvertently?
Yes.
I mean, sometime they got to go.
Is this the first time you've suggested that?
Yeah.
Probably
some motherfuckers always got to ice skate uphill.
Yeah.
All right. So what is your kind of declaration? That you got to get rid of this guy, right?
Yeah, I mean that's my declaration.
All right. Monty, are you on board with said declaration? I'm sure Charity and Snick explained like, hey, this guy maybe is still a god. And now because of all this bullshit, he's like creeping his way back into the world going, hey guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think Monty's for the idea. I think he's kind of like, how are we going to do it? Like, how are we going to do it?
You take him where he has no power.
Where is that?
The waking world.
Kind of like Freddy Krueger.
Is there anything about the dreamlands that looks like the waking world that makes me think they're like, like the upside down version?
Kind of. It's just like it's less like dark and floating moats in the air, little light buggies. It's more just like, here is a very surrealistic view of the waking world. So, Snicked, what say you?
Yeah, do it.
And Amuletto, what say you?
Well, because killing him will that free the people?
I might wake him up. You don't know yet. You've never seen this before.
I'm all for saving the people, so I'm willing to try. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That brings us to Ryan. Your card is. This is the wrong. What am I doing? I got the wrong deck in my hand. Your card is the 2 of spades.
The 2 of spades.
A betrayer is in your midst. Who is it? And why? And a project of yours fails, or a warfare technology innovation has occurred. What is it? What does it do? And who created it? So it doesn't necessarily have to be something you guys made.
I think that we do. We have a betrayer in our midst. I think that this. I think that it actually works out because we missed the round. The shield isn't done yet, so I think that after the to-do about the murder, I think that Creston is like, fuck these guys. Like now they want to like go kill a god. Like you guys you're out of your minds. Like I am, I'm the duty. I'm the duty and virtual stake in the Matrix. I'm out of here. And so like I think Creston leaves because they're on the outs with Monty and probably some of the other people who are there. And
so my question is to the group: does he leave Stormsong, or does he stick around and maybe become something there?
Does he join Ragash?
That's another question. Does he become an independent party, or does he join Ragash, or does he just be like, fuck off, I'm going back to the school, getting my shit and moving out? I'm leaving the dorms.
I feel like the last option. Fuck off.
Or does he become like a militant druid? Like, you guys have fucked this planet after this giant magical disaster just happened, and this war is going to ruin this planet more, and I'm no longer okay with that.
So he's just a different thorn in our side?
Yep. Or maybe he looks at it and says, I can do this better than you can.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I like the I like the militant druid, but I think that's cool. And I think that I think that makes the most sense in context, because I think that the murder was committed because they were so angry about what one of the adversaries was doing. So I don't think that they're like, no, these guys make sense now. Like, I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I like the militant druid thing.
Okay, perfect. Shannon.
Hello.
Eight
Hello.
of spades.
Hello.
The food producing district, Sabanur. I don't know why I have so many errors in this. I thought it begins putting out pamphlets stating there is no enemy. Anyone who says otherwise disappears. Who takes them and where do they go? Or Your allies become extremely focused on a project. What is it? And then choose one. They need more time to make it perfect, add 3 additional weeks to that project, or they throw all their efforts into it and all other projects fail.
Oh God, this sucks.
Just
Well,
terrible one.
what projects do we have left? Because one just failed. There's the big one.
The big one.
I haven't started any since Eric, so nothing for me.
Yeah, the
mine
only
finished.
thing I care about is the Warforged project right now. Like, if we can find a way. Can we focus everyone on regrouping that?
Yep, that's definitely one of the things.
Yeah. I mean, what other projects are going on that would?
I don't think there is anything else.
There isn't any.
No.
Okay, then fuck it. Let's do that. If there's like no other negative consequences.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, then let's do that.
Okay. All right, you are able to find all of these, and you think you have a way to activate them. Oh, that's not the right color.
Perfect. It could be the right
Yeah,
color.
green, go.
Yeah, green means go.
Go, 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 go.
All right, Richard, 7 of clubs. Rationing of magical energy goes into effect. Who does this not affect, and what does the populace do to circumvent this? Or the prophet of dreams begins to campaign for sleep. Their followers, the sleepers, espouse the return of the dreamer. How are the PCs reacting, and what are they going to do about it?
Let's go with the rationing of magical energy goes into effect.
Yep.
Does not affect the well-to-do. It is only being put into place on the lower castes of the land.
Perfect. Amulet. King of Spades. I can't remember what 33.
So behind on my notes now. Okay.
You don't get too much of a choice here. First fall happens as Leona loses her concentration for a mere moment. What massive damage occurs and who is affected the most? Remove an abundance and a project fails. So we only have one project on board, but we finished it. So there are no projects on board.
So there's nothing to fail.
But nothing to fail.
Massive damage occurs.
So we've already seen like just a little bit of a hole caused an entire continent above to tilt and continue to slowly tilt. This would be something horrifically bad.
I know I was thinking that maybe the gravity fails for that whole continent, but I don't know how that affects.
No, it works.
Okay. I don't want to ruin Stormsong for Shan.
No, it's fine.
It's a multiverse. This is a different Stormsong.
Yeah.
It is totally fine.
Okay. That to me just feels
they have complete
logic.
editorial mandate too. They could be like, this did not happen.
True.
It is okay. We can say, why don't we say that the continent that is listing the pressure of such created an issue that the magic failed and one of the tectonic plates reissued, like resparked, and created so much friction that gravity kind of hit and magic failed in such a way that a chunk of that continent fell.
There we go. I like that.
Thus, landing in the water and creating a tsunami effect for one of the
God.
Oh, there you go. That's even better.
Perfect. All right. Nate Dog. Your
Yep.
card, 4 of club. What turn are we? I can never turn 34. A project is sputtering. You don't have any projects. Radically change the nature of this project. Do not modify the project dice, or some outward signifier of dissidence has become discriminated against by the regime. What is the signifier, and how significant has the discrimination become? You can take this one and nothing happens.
That sounds great.
Yeah. After that, like destruction of a continent, I think I'll just take an easy turn. Oh, come on, hands. Work with me here.
I know that feeling so much.
So on that last turn, does that chunk that fell off just become an island? Like, does the part of the magic still work and it kind of floats in the ocean, or is it just done?
It is.
I would assume it'll be done.
It's done.
That's fine.
It'd be cool because now you have like underwater remains of a city. Which sounds neat to me. All right, Ryan, 5 of clubs. A project finishes early. Why? We don't have any, so it doesn't matter. A group of planar mercenaries are summoned by a faction. Who do they react to, or how do they react to this forced conscription, and what is the result of their presence? If there is no project underway, allies become restless and cause a riot. Who gets hurt? You guys have no projects underway.
Interesting. I think that I want to say that like I like the idea of why can I not remember the name? I like the idea of the new militant druid like starting a riot to like make their presence known, to like in the wake of this like natural disaster, like
oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
I think that they fully just take that and run with it, and people, you know, are, I can't even, like, that's got to be like the most like horrendous thing anyone there has ever seen, you know,
it's
by
catastrophic
magnitudes. So like, you know, I think tensions are high. People don't know what is happening. They don't feel safe. They don't know what the future is. So I think I think it's a huge upswing for that faction, and also like a pressure relief for people who may not have strong feelings either way about this druid, but they're like, I'm gonna write. I also want to start a project.
What's your project?
So I want to begin an aid effort to
that's awesome. Okay,
those affected by
6 weeks. This is a
yeah,
big deal.
For sure. Yep.
All right. Shan, 6-0 club. A soldier of the regime of some renown confesses to the PC's atrocities committed. What were they and what did the PCs do? Or someone thought long gone or dead returns. Who are they? What had happened to them? And are they now an ally or are they an ally or an enemy now?
I like the idea of a soldier of the regime of some renown confessing to the PCs of atrocities and giving us the full scope of what's actually happening in the Archmage's Tower.
What are they? Like, what's going on?
Hearing about the actual puppeting that's being used on Leona, like what they're actually doing to Leona, how Ragash is keeping Leona under control, about how like fully letting Charity know what is being used on Leona, how she's being treated, that some members of you know, even like some of Leona's handmaidens and people have been murdered, excused, mistreated,
brainwashed.
etc. Just atrocities galore. Things that would leave Charity seething and shaking with anger. And yeah, just hearing all of those things, I think it would be important for
what
Charity to know
what
those
do the
things.
PCs do in response?
Charity would probably excuse herself to the hidden lab and disappear for hours on end because no one would want to be around her. She would just pour herself into work.
Okay. Richard, 10 of clubs. A project finishes early. Which one and why? If there are not any projects underway, allies become restless, that leads to violence, and an NPC is hurt. Who is it? Or the Dreaming Veil has been pierced. What horrific mythical monsters have spewed forth, and what damage have they done? No project dice are reduced this week.
The Dreaming Veil has been pierced.
Perfect. What comes through?
A fairy dragon.
Oh shit. What damage do they do?
They start wreaking havoc on the farmlands.
Oh my god, how dare you bring the astral dragon back into this?
How about, would it be interesting if they and Creston ally? Because
Sure.
that dragon's like, oh well, I don't like this shit, and I want it to be fairyland again. And he's like, I don't like this shit either. It should be fucking woods. Let's make woods.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Last one of this season is the Queen of Spades, Cassandra. Someone in the regime does something egregious publicly. What is it, and what do the PCs do? Out of scarcity, or a song of inspiration has been outlawed by the regime. What was the name of the song? Who wrote it? And how has the public reacted?
Oh man.
I know we're pressing on time. We can skip this one if everyone says we can skip it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
Skip.
if someone in the regime does something publicly, is it going to benefit anyone?
Skip.
Sure.
That's fine.
Skip it.
Skipping. All right.
I think
Nate.
Shannon and Richard have to go, don't they?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. We we have work stuff in the morning, and Richard's
No
got to go
worries.
in early, so we need to we have commitments in the morning that we need to get to bed.
Sadly, I have
wanna-
to bounce.
And we are in final phase anyway, so yeah, that's fine. You can just watch the video too.
Do we
Yeah,
wanna,
yeah.
Do we want to finish this at the beginning next week?
We could if you would rather do that.
Yeah, let's finish it at the
Yeah.
very beginning next week.
I feel like it's important. Yeah.
If you guys are okay with that,
No,
we
I'm
don't
totally
wanna-
okay with
Yeah,
that.
that's cool.
I just hope you guys have had fun.
Oh no, this
Oh
is
God, yes, this is great.
This is great because I'm taking some of the stuff that I know about Stormsong and injecting little bits of it into it, but still creating a whole new story for it, which is kinda
Yeah,
cool.
and it's fun for me as someone who's created and like run whole campaigns in my own world to watch other people create circumstances. Like it's literally candy for me. Like I've been smiling the whole time. Like this is so fun. I don't get like I know you're like, oh god, I don't want to like ruin your no, like ruin it. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Let's go. This is great. I'm so here for
When you
it.
fuck something like this up, when you cause a cataclysm, there's all these interesting things then you can sprout forth after that. I mean, now you have Creston to do with whatever you want. It's like, oh, I got this NPC. Does he end up turning out to be a bad guy? Is he now an antagonist, or is he someone like coming out of all this? Because the war ends. I will tell you that. Though
Yeah.
when the King of Hearts is drawn, the war is over, and you guys win. It's just how much you win becomes the key.
Well, like I always think of like Cassandra, like you're a Dragonlance fan, right?
Yes.
Like I always think of it as like the ages, right? Like every age has something to love, right?
Yeah.
And like Corinne evolves as things go, much like Faerun does. And like for me, that's what this is. It's like Stormsong had its first age, and then it had its second age, and now it's going through its third age. So I'm excited to see like what it's gonna look like in its fourth. So it's kind of cool for me. It's like, oh, this is really neat. Like I'm enjoying this. This is really cool.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find quickly?
You
Where
can
can you found?
You can find me everywhere at the Rainbow Beach, BEECH, all on all the socials.
You can find me, ONY_Draz, Twitch, Twitter, here.
Are you doing Bad at Games on Friday?
Yes.
Perfect.
That sounded so non-committal.
I guess, you know what? Maybe we can start an idea we came up with last night involving Stardew Valley. And if anybody's familiar with the McElroy Touch the Skyrim.
Yeah.
We're
gonna
thinking
keep
about
adding mods to Stardew Valley until
Jesus.
we break it.
Oh my God.
Touch the Stardew.
Did you either of you watch that I don't know. I haven't heard if it's on Friday or not. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that I have
Friday.
a thing on Sunday. So
okay. Well, if the charity thing is happening Friday, we won't be.
It's called coordination. Apparently we're real bad at it.
I didn't realize there was a charity Minecraft thing going on.
Yep.
Neither.
There is. I just didn't know when it was because
if it's Friday, then
we'll
push it.
Okay.
Did anybody watch the video essay that I sent out about Final Pam?
No.
Not yet.
A guy did a whole 30+ minute video about Final Pam, and he reads it with like such earnestness, and it's intercut with Justin and Griffin doing Final Pam voice about three-eyed metal husband. Oh, do not let Trash Hulk see our love. There's like 20 minutes about Rochi alone. It is.
Oh my God.
At the end of the video is just audio of those two assholes laughing so fucking hard they're dying.
Which is even funnier because I keep calling Pam in Stardew Valley Final Pam.
It's true.
This guy's thesis statement is that Final Pam is a cosmic being, like a Lovecraftian cosmic being. Especially in that series, since Final Pam can literally make you microscopic or just kill you with a thought, doesn't understand life or death anymore, has children ranging from a can of peas to a dead roach. Oh, I'm sorry. The dead roach is her husband.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up.
Yes.
You can't find me anywhere. Go ahead, Nate.
You can find me on most socials at Cubicle Zombie. You can find me here Sunday. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Sunday is a thing.
And then next Monday.
Woo!
Yeah. You can find me at Warrior MN most places and at Warrior on Blue Sky. I will also be here Sunday, and I will also be here Monday. Look at me.
Apparently Bad at Games is Minecraft Friday.
Okay.
Okay, well, there you go.
But I would be interested in this Touch the Stardew when it happens.
Yes. We can push it back a week or 2 weeks.
Well, I think that if the first Friday of every month is the Fang Gang.
Yeah, 2 weeks. That's fine.
So 2 weeks,
We can push it back 2 weeks.
Perfect. I'd be down for that. Hi, you can find me here Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. Thursday, formerly known as Spoopy Boys, we are talking top 5 Godzilla movies in our opinion. Anyone who wants to come on talk the Big G, feel free to let me know and you can join us. Also, I found a weird analog horror subcategory of analog Godzilla horror, including a series called Man in the Suit, which is legitimately fucking terrifying. About a guy who wears a suit and then can't take it off and then starts to think he's God. It's like in 10-minute bursts and it's analog, so it's got that kind of weird feel to it. And then Friday, there's a charity Minecraft stream, which is cool. Should all watch, support Chris. So we're trying to help Chris Hale out.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a rough go of it. He's one of the sweetest people I've ever met. So we're trying to help out there. Come back. Oh, sorry. Tomorrow night, emergency prep school. Nate and Warrior can't come. They can't watch. Not allowed, because we're going to be trying to get everything done for our Sunday game, which is called Even the Stars Above.
That's all right. I have plans.
Fuck your plans, because we got plans to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. And then Sunday, Even the Stars Above, starting at noon, and we'll go until we're done.
Challenge accepted.
Gonna be weird. Show up tomorrow night and just see how fucking weird it is, because I promise you it's gonna be weird. All right, thank you guys. Players, you rule. Next Monday, we're back in the saddle. We're doing weird, crazy, fun stuff. This has been awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you to the prep school folks who hung out and helped make this hack. Thank you to the people who made the quiet year. Most especially, thank you to the players. You guys rule. And anybody watches in the future, now or in the future, thank you as well. Hey, Townsend's, go to bed.